Three, two, one.
Yo, we got your back when you driving to work or driving home. If you on a plane or you at the gym or you home alone, all you gotta do to listen to the shows, turn on your phone. Two Ugly Nerds podcast, tell you what's going on. This is the podcast.
Eric is ugly and would not judge anybody else.
There's no other insult.
When did you learn that you were
Two Ugly Nerds podcast.
Welcome to the
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Two Nerds podcast, niggas from the Black Nerd community. I am your Black woman loving host, at the podcast guy, and I'm always joined by Berserk Music audio engineer / super producer, the father dad himself.
I also like Black women. I married one.
You just like them, though. It's different. I am also always joined by Geronimo, Mr. Nintendo, a resident pro streamer, and our console consultant.
You already know. I also love me some Black women.
See,
just to keep it consistent.
He loves.
See?
He loves them. See, you see,
cream of the crop.
So you want to maybe like edit what you were saying?
No,
you're sticking out now. Okay, no,
I like Black women.
You just like them though. Just like them.
I like Black
they
women.
cool. You know what I'm saying?
This ain't no competition.
I love the one I married.
Y'all
like
gotta.
No, we love them.
Y'all ain't got.
You in love with the one you married. We love all Black women, man. And we support them. Okay, yes, man. We're not joking. We're not joking.
Correct.
We're serious. But I am giving you shit for using the word like instead of love. That is what the joke is.
Me, the single motherfucker, is saying love and everything.
As he should.
As I should. Man. Glad to be here as usual.
I do think it's appropriate that we say that because what we're here to talk about is however you got here, the thumbnail. You know what we're here to talk about. It's Black Panther, man. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Ain't no console tease. Ain't no technicalies. We are straight spoiler gang. And you put a drop somewhere.
Spoilers.
All
the spoiler drops.
All the drops. And yeah, man, it's Wakanda Forever. That's what we're here to talk about. And it was obviously very Black woman centered.
Black girls rock.
Yeah, actually, the whole movie's basically about Black women. And then, Namor. Yeah, obviously.
And M'Baku.
And M'Baku was there for some.
That's right. M'Baku.
We're gonna get to that, man, because that
he was like
Duke's hilarious.
He was the funny uncle, man.
Yeah, how he became the funny uncle comic relief is hilarious. But he was good. He was good. I can't lie. He was still good in his role, and I like that they didn't try to like make him turn back into. Oh no, I do want to lead now that T'Challa's gone or something like that. You know what I mean? Like they didn't try to like run that back. He's still supportive of Shuri and how can we support you and all that type of stuff. So that was dope. But I am not the Marvel head here. Y'all know Gerard is the Marvel head of the group. So I am releasing the reins here to allow Gerard to get us through this experience, get us what his thoughts were. How you were feeling, hit some of the key points that touched you, that touched your soul, that touched all of us.
All right. Yeah. So, movie was a fair bit over 2 hours long. I think it was paced pretty
220,
well.
25 maybe.
It's something like that, like 220, 225, a little under 230.
Yeah.
Not including credits. But yeah. Overall, so we already know history, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, of course, T'Challa, they pretty much, I think the movie was very good, setting out that, yes, the Black Panther is gone throughout most of the movie. They're reflecting on events that's occurred, they're mourning, like Queen Ramona's mourning, Shuri's mourning.
Like this whole movie felt like a memorial for sure.
Yeah, definitely felt like a dedication
for him.
To Chadwick, and I think I think Ryan Coogler and his crew, everyone that had a hand in producing the movie, I think they did a very good job given everything that's gone on over the years and things like that. So that's what I'll get out the way first. It reminds us first and foremost, again, we get the Marvel Studios intro, the same one.
That was
It felt like a moment of silence. It was quiet.
It was all.
Yeah, no, that's what it was. That's
Pauses,
I took that as a moment of silence, 100%. Like that was in purpose.
I felt every one of them, man. Did y'all cry during any of the?
I didn't, but I will.
No, I felt the emotions though. I was just like,
so
that
I
one where they.
Oh my bad. Yeah, go ahead.
That one where they played through a lot of the scenes from the
yeah. So that
that one was tough, man. That
one did. I was like,
so that's what I was gonna say. I was prepared for the beginning of the movie. I was 100% prepared for that. The funeral, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Very prepared for that.
Yeah.
And then I was actually I got a little emotional at our mid movie death or our second act death there. I got a little emotional there. I won't ruin that part yet. We'll get there. But I got to that. I got a little emotional there. And I was like, okay. But I was not prepared for the end. The end playback.
Yeah.
Was not prepared for that. That threw me off. And I was like, oh, wow, man, y'all are really hitting at a nigga strings. This is tough.
They really
it was tough. To remember.
They were pulling.
They got me. They almost got me at the end. They really almost did get me at the end. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't cry. I didn't, but it actually did cry.
The beginning a lot of the theater. Like, it was a little sobbing niggas in there. There was some niggas in there sobbing for real.
Amen. Hey, look, hey man, I'm not judging anybody.
Yeah, I think there's some folks like kind of quietly.
Definitely, yeah. I'm sure. I didn't hear a bunch of
sniffle.
Crying. Yeah, you heard a couple sniffles.
There was some sniffles in there for sure.
There's some sniffles, but nobody was like sobbing loudly or anything like that. And I will say, at least Ian, we were talking about the noise in the theater. I don't know how it was for other people, but doing like that, the intro, like what I said, it was a moment of silence. Nobody in my theater made any noise. Like, I was a little nervous quiet. At first. It was
no one did
quiet. Everybody was kind of, I think, going through the same thing. Like, oh shit, oh no, we're not supposed to. This isn't the moment for us to be assholes. Even like there were kids in the theater, teenagers, that you're used to them just kind of being dickheads or assholes or whatever.
Dude, shut up.
Yeah, like everybody that was in there at that moment was like, this ain't the moment. Like, it didn't matter. It was like, let's leave this
respected.
Yeah, and it was like, okay. I was like, all right, good. So, yeah, man, I had a positive experience with, all of the more sentimental moments. It wasn't anybody being disrespectful or crazy in the theater, but I'd be interested to see if that was the case for everybody. But no, it was that was.
That was great.
They did the dedication really well, man. And I think even if you don't agree with the route they took, I don't think you could be overly disappointed in the scenes dedicated to Chadwick's remembrance and all that type of stuff. I think there's a couple things about how they addressed it in the story that I think are open for criticism. But as far as the way those scenes were shot, the funeral, the flashback scenes, everything like that, I don't think you can say any of that was done poorly. I just don't think it's possible for you to say that. The music choices were great. The scenes they chose were just dope. It was heartwarming, man. You had to, almost like this is the public's chance to kind of grieve a bit. I don't know. I'm trying to remember because I don't watch like public figure funerals, even if they're available or not. You know what I mean? I've never been that one.
Yeah, I don't go out and watch them either.
Yeah, I don't
go out my way.
Yeah, like I know you always end up seeing like a clip or something of it or like some sort of scene maybe. But I
did see Kobe's.
See, I didn't watch that. I couldn't watch that.
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
That was hard.
I think the last one I watched, I think was Michael Jackson's.
I think that was
because that was like. Too. I mean, that was just insane to me. Like I was like, whoa, but I don't think I've watched one since then. And that was more because my mom was watching it, I think, at the time. You know what I mean? And I was just kind of watching it together. You just kind of fell into it. But yeah, so I've never been big on that. And I don't even know if Chadwick had a public funeral service or anything of the sort. Because I don't look for that. But I did appreciate having those moments in this movie to reminisce. Like I am appreciative of the fact that they didn't just recast the T'Challa in the universe and act as if nothing happened. Because then I guess, and it's a bit selfish, so don't take me the wrong way. Anybody out there, not y'all necessarily, but it was kind of my chance to have that remembrance moment, the that mourning moment, I guess, that outside of not seeing any sort of funeral processions or anything like that. So if the movie had just said, "Hey, in memory of Chadwick" at the beginning, and then there was just some other person playing T'Challa, it wouldn't have felt the same. It wouldn't have felt like that moment. And not to say that he wasn't my friend or someone I know personally. So it's not to say I deserve that moment or we deserve that moment. But the fact that he gave it to us, I appreciate. So, yeah, even as somebody who does want T'Challa, the original T'Challa, to come back into the Marvel Universe at some point through some means, I appreciate how they did the take. And I think that's important because there's a lot of people out there that are going to say they don't like it just because they don't like the fact that T'Challa Sr. doesn't show up in the movie. So I appreciate it for what it is. But yeah.
Yeah. A shout out to the actors too, man. I know they were grieving through the whole movie.
I actually was saying some of those emotions, were just
real.
No, I don't have to go to a special place to pull this one out.
No eye drops, no onions.
Yeah, no, we good. We are crying today. Don't even trip.
I thought prepared.
Shoot all the crying scenes in the next 2 months. We got you. Just cry.
Yeah.
I can't blame them, man. So that should give a new perspective too on the same thing I said to John Paul before. Not that he was disagreeing, but people do need to consider the actors and actresses' emotions, and that couldn't have been easy, and it wouldn't have been easy for them to do it with another person playing the same role.
Yeah,
that wouldn't have been any easier. They might have been annoyed because you would have gotten poor performances because the chemistry isn't the same, and you know what I mean. So. Yeah, who knows? Who knows, man? But I'm glad, man. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, and I definitely think they did that part of the movie right, man. So I respect it, and I just okay. So now we got our little RIPs out the way there. Hopefully everybody understands where we stand with that very clearly. Before we criticize anything else in the movie.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't want anybody else to say. They're not respecting. Yo, relax.
Yeah.
All right, calm down.
At the forefront, yes, it's utmost respect for the movie, for him.
Utmost respect for how they handled that. Loved it.
Yep, I agree.
Okay, Gerard. Now let's ride through the rest of this.
All right. Well, we had a few things kind of moving along in the movie. Basically, different nations were having people low-key trying to run up into a different place of Wakanda, try and get the vibranium because heavily coveted, this and the other. But then they try and hit an underwater deposit of vibranium, and then they realize, oh shit, they get jumped by now, I'm not going to say Atlanteans because they're not depicting him as true Atlanteans in this. They've changed up a lot of the Namor and his people's origins. So we'll just call it the Talokan people right now. I think we'll keep it like that. So so they run up and they're like, "Oh man, what the heck? Who are these people? Are these also Wakandans and all that nonsense?" So there's a little bit of
racist
between. Right. There was a little bit of confusion between some folks like what's his name, Agent Ross. The white dude from the first movie, which I mean it's cool to see him again, and have his small roles here and there. Yeah. One thing I didn't expect to see, or who I didn't expect to see, is the Val. And I can't remember her last name again. That sucks.
Whatever.
Val. I'll get it eventually. She was in it for a fair bit. So we kind of
a big role. Yeah.
Her character is moving now.
Yeah.
Yep. She made it very
setting her up.
And I like how they just randomly tied her to a character that's been there a while. Like now she was married to Ross. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I know, right? I was like, oh well, now I know the relation. Like that came out of nowhere, seemingly. But I guess they're trying to fill in her character and her motives between these projects.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how it goes at the end of it. I'm sure we'll see her again, like Captain America, New World Order, and some other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Armor Wars. But anyway, those are other projects. We're talking about Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Yeah. So yeah, we got a number of things going on, man. There's a lot of moving things going on. Kind of deal with Wakanda as a nation. We see Queen Ramonda, when she's meeting with the other, for all of us that have seen trailers, we've gotten glimpses of part of this, but basically she pretty much got to call out the rest of the world's nations and think, we're not weak, even if we don't have a Black Panther right now. We're still as strong as we ever can be. And pretty much the same troops which we got confirmed seem to be from France, unless I mistook that.
But that
was correct. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, good.
Yeah, I like that it was the French too.
That was pretty funny.
It was funny.
Yeah,
the French losing another war. Anyways,
holding nails. But yeah, they brought them. They had the Dora Milaje bring him in. And they were like, "Yeah, don't mistake really us again."
Really stop playing though.
You really gotta stop.
I know I seen that shit in the trailer and everything. Shit was still hard as fuck to see her do it in the movie. I was like,
see it played out. Yeah.
Hey man, hey yo, them little y'all keep attacking our little outreach. Y'all think we a game? Mm-hmm, we got you. We even set you up. We sent you to an outreach place that was full of soldiers, and they was ready to give y'all the hands.
For real.
Be grateful they spears were set to stun.
Right. Not kill.
Just the spear got two ends.
Yo, she said.
That's right.
Yo, please take this, our grace, as a show of good faith and leave us the fuck alone, because next time, I'm bringing these soldiers' heads back to you. And then we're gonna start wiping y'all niggas off the leave me alone. No, we ain't got a Black Panther, but none of y'all niggas can fuck with us yet. None of y'all. It's not y'all though. It might be someone else, but it ain't y'all. Yeah, I loved it.
Had to draw the lines in the sand, let them know, or let them remember who they fucking with. So yeah, and in the midst of all that too, that's when Wakanda, they're pretty much like, wait, so there's more. They didn't know that. They only thought the meteorite that landed years ago in their village or their city
was the only one.
Was the only one. But we find out, there must have been another one that reached the ocean floor, and we got an abridged version of Namor and his people and how they came to be. And he dropped the name mutant, so there's that.
So
yeah,
mutant was dropped.
Yep, and Namor is a mutant in comic lore as well.
Is he mutant number one, or what are we talking about?
He's not mutant number one, but he's a very old mutant.
Well, I'm trying to. So I have a question. I haven't watched any Emergency Awesome or anything like that yet. So I haven't the answer to this.
I haven't either.
But I thought the way he talked about that, the way it was he started his origin story, it kind of lended to the idea that he is supposed to be the oldest mutant, right? Because they go out of the way to make him say he's like, I was a mutant, I'm a mutant. And then Shuri goes through the whole history and she was like, you couldn't have, so you were like, based on the artifacts and blah, 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 her whole little smart girl speech, you would have had to have been born at this time. Like, how is that possible? Like, are you saying that you're from this era? I can't remember the exact year that she said, but given that year, whatever that year was, unless we have
I think she said like the 15th century or something.
It was something like that, right? So that'd be 14 something before they went underwater. So I'm just saying, I'm saying to myself, have they canonically just kind of made Namor the oldest mutant in the MCU?
But then I was thinking Wolverine. I feel like Wolverine was around then too.
14th century? I mean 15th century?
I don't think no.
He's later than
he's not that old. He's not that old. No.
Okay.
No, he's later than that because he's not that long before like the American Revolution.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's like 1600s at the earliest, and I don't even think that's true. I think he's like early 1700s Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
I always think
I'd be
like
tripping though.
I always just think like American Revolution forward for Logan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess for the MCU right now, Namor is technically the oldest known mutant for right now. So yeah, so we got that too. We know that the Talokan people as well, they're pretty much superhuman. They have superhuman strength. So it was
little sea Kryptonians.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
And the
But it's just
kryptonite
cool.
is
Dry skin.
Being out
being out
of
of
the water for too long.
and sonic waves.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah. So they have like the sonic hypnosis, which is just like just walk across whatever boat you're on and fall into the sea.
Kill yourself. Thank you.
We'll take y'all real quick. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they didn't do that more often because it
seems like pretty OP.
As long as they're outside,
As
long as they're outside and you ain't got earplugs on or whatever. Yeah.
Imagine you got your AirPods on and you just see the whole street walking towards the sea, like you live in like San Francisco or San Diego, something like that. You just like you walking by the pier and niggas just walking out into the water. You got your AirPods on, like and then your goofy ass take them bitches off and now
put them shits in transparency.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
Like y'all, you're gonna keep going that way? Oh, well, I'm gonna go this way.
I'm gonna die. Oh yeah, no, man.
And just offing yourself. That's crazy.
That's pretty broken. Easily broken though.
Some earplugs took that out.
Earplugs or a wall, a random gunshot to the ear.
Oh yeah,
out of it.
Yeah, any loud sonic boom
sound or whatever. Yeah,
just get them some high decibels and they
still
get a little break. Yeah, nah. Especially without any like superhumans or somebody with some action.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't understand is when they attacked the ship, when old girl was shooting, like the first couple times she was shooting, it seemed like the bullets were just bouncing off. Then when they got up high, like she got closer to the helicopter, all of a sudden they were shooting and some of them were falling.
Right. You saw that too, right? I was confused about that. I was
and then they kind of retconned it as not mattering since after Okoye knocked out like the three of them and then they came back anyway. It was like, oh, well, the ones that they probably shot probably didn't actually die. So whatever, you just kind of let it go. But I peeped that. Like I was like, them shots wasn't hitting at all. She was hitting point blank shots and nothing was happening. And then as she gets closer and closer to the helicopter, the shots start actually doing something. Oh, but hold on.
They were out of the water for an extended period of time.
I mean, I feel like
they still had the little water mask thing. It's not like they were dried out. They were still damp.
Yeah, it was not. It was like.
I'm trying to give them some gas, some little leeway, but
no, I'm not. I'm not giving them that because
it might not be rolling.
They only said it like once or twice when they were like, "Oh, we have to weaken them more before we can take them down. So we have to keep them out of the water." Which that's canonical. That's correct. He's the strongest in the water. He can fly, as we saw, which is actually really dope. Is this flying stuff was super dope. Everything about Namor was gas.
Oh no! Hey, man, that sequence when he ambushed him.
Yeah,
we saw bits and pieces of it in the commercials, but Jesus Christ, that sequence!
I'm so glad we only saw bits and pieces. Yeah, every time he was in the air, just taking out shit,
all kind of craziness. This guy,
it was amazing,
wow, man.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
A whole new meaning to Air Jordans, man. This nigga. Going, man.
Just do it, man. Was it the guy the Greek goddess or god Nike? So yeah. Got the wings on. Man, yeah. So really the gist of the movie, it's really of we're gonna take Vibranium from Wakandans. Ramonda was like, fuck you talking about? You got me fucked up. You got us fucked up. Shuri going through her whole motions. We kind of see her at one point in the very beginning. She was trying to recreate the heart-shaped herb, but that's they played and it was like T'Challa just passed during the time when she was rushing to do that. But then after that, she kind of just got rid of that or kind of ignored it. Up until I guess halfway through the movie again. They learn of the Talokan people, and
hold on real quick.
That's great.
How do y'all feel about that?
About what?
That's my first criticism. How do y'all feel about the
Talokan? How they spend like 20 minutes explaining them?
No. Actually, I'm okay. I was okay with all of that. But we can talk about that too. But the fact that they went with T'Challa having an illness that he's had, and I don't know.
You come to find out that he's had it, and he was even.
Here's my thing.
Making preparations.
I understand the easy explanation, the easy explainer. It is a Marvel movie, so we should suspend our belief and just kind of take it for what it is and move on. But I do kind of find it weird that a disease could kill the Black. Like, what kind of disease could kill the Black Panther? Because in the same movie, we saw, obviously, hey, there's a spoiler drop before this, but we see what happens to Shuri later in the movie, and she survives that no problem. If the Black Panther can survive a hole through their body, I have a hard time believing an illness had no way of being fought. Now, I guess I can understand. Maybe you can argue that he had been fighting it for a while, even while still going on missions and doing things or whatever. So maybe you could argue something like that, but it just seems.
I saw something. I heard something about vibranium sickness and overexposure to it potentially could potentially be a reason.
Is that a thing in the comics? Vibranium sickness?
That I don't know of. That's a John Paul question.
I mean,
honestly,
if that is something from the actual lore that has popped up or has happened before, I'm all for it. I would take that as an explanation of heartbeat.
That I'm not sure.
Honestly, I would take that even if they just created that randomly from for the movie. If they said, yeah, it's vibranium sickness or vibranium overload, whatever they want to call it.
I think they just wanted to.
I think they kind of wanted to just respect his, actual passing. They didn't want to put anything on it.
Yeah.
But that's why I wish then, however you want to say he passed in universe, it didn't have to be to an illness. Like you didn't have to relate it to real life. You could have still have him pass in the movie without it being this mysterious illness. Like, because to me, it's just a bit of it. Now, this is a criticism. I think that's the one thing they could have done differently. Well, not the one thing, but one of the couple things they could have done differently. This being one of the more major ones they could have done differently, where you couldn't do anything. He got hit in battle. His suit was already damaged. Maybe he went to try to help Thor, Hulk, whoever. He went to try to help someone on a mission. His suit got damaged. It was some alien technology he wasn't ready for. It hit him. He's damaged bad. We tried to get him back here in time. He didn't make it. R.I.P. T'Challa. We got a whole universe open right now. Guardians of the Galaxy has exposed all that. Like, he could have been somewhere else. He could have teamed up with someone. I don't know. You could have given him another reason for how he passed versus the illness that then makes me question, well, what illness could have killed him? Like, to me, it doesn't make sense for that character in universe.
I think for the movies, they haven't between Civil War, Black Panther 1, the Avengers ones, and then this one.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the 4 or 5 times we got most Wakandan lore and world building stuff. We did see Shuri just kind of get impaled, and then she kind of broke it off and handled it after that.
Broke it off and then slid herself off of it, slid herself up. She didn't pull it out like you see most people do. Like, you get stabbed and they pull the sword out. No, she said she got stabbed and then she said shank. And then she said, word, I'm gonna just pull this shit, push it all the way through, make sure it should just go through clean. And then the suit just closed back up. She was hobbling and she was all right.
Okay, so my thought of it was they're drawing parallels to in real life Chadwick Boseman. He had cancer. No one knew of it. Not even the Marvel people knew it. Probably the only person that really knew it in confidence was his wife, his partner, in real life. But in the movies itself, for T'Challa, I think I'm kind of leaning to what Ian said here, where I think they kind of left it as like a open-ended. Yeah, he had gotten really sick, and they just left it open like that. They could have done more if they wanted to, but perhaps they didn't want to kind of try and create this scenario within the movie itself or whatever. I think they just really wanted to say he's sickly. Sure, he's trying to figure something out. He passed. Here's our opening sequence with the funeral and wake and everything. Marvel Studios logo. So I think that was what their aim was for. They didn't want to dwell too long on it because I think they understand that most of the viewership understands.
Yeah,
I think it's a rare situation. I don't even want to call it like a hand wave thing. I think it's really just one of those. It's a weird like blurring between reality and fiction of the actor playing the character.
Yeah.
I don't think you wanted to develop too much more outside of what just the I don't know. I don't know the best way to say it.
When has this ever happened?
Yeah, I feel like if we got more,
this happens all the time. I think people pass, and people who play characters, they pass. Sometimes they pass in the middle of a franchise, and I mean, imagine if they had just. It's like it's like the same thing. They could have done. Harry Potter fans would have been livid if they stopped Dumbledore from being in any of the movies after the second one. Right?
Yeah.
Like if you're a Harry Potter fan, you would never watch a movie again. If they said, out of respect for this actor, we're never gonna cast another Dumbledore.
Yeah, those
movies wouldn't have made much sense.
Those movies will not have been as big as they are now.
You know what I'm saying? Like
they can't make it Fast and the Furious is after
Paul. Whatever his name is. I can't. No disrespect. Sorry.
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker. I was gonna say Paul Rudd. I was gonna say Paul Rudd. I was just all different types of names wrong in my head.
This trailer was right before the movie started.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Man, that would have been so fucking crazy.
My brain. I usually really didn't mean any disrespect with that, but definitely threw me off there. But man. I see what y'all are saying. I do see what y'all are saying.
I see where you're coming from too, though.
I understand the way it simplifies the story. It just kind of helps them get to the point quickly. We understand, the audience understands, and we can launch off of this point, get into our movie, and keep pushing. I do get it. I guess it's just like, man.
No, I understand because it's not like a true explanation. It's just you see how certain characters act. It's one of those things where it's not completely consistent. But then I think they just were like, man, I'm sure they're going through the motions just shooting this too. So they're probably just like, let's just do it like this. And kind of that rare situation of the audience understanding, despite it being, fiction, even though the actual actor passed in a similar way of the public finding out.
Writing this is probably hard to, tote that fine line between, disrespecting anybody. Because I'm sure you could find something in anything, to be able to.
I'm sure people are going to find something in this to be offended. I haven't dived too deep into anything. I haven't been looking up anything, obviously, until I want to see the movie first. But
it's probably.
I'm sure there's a movie. This was wrong. This disrespectful. How are y'all saying y'all trying to disrespect me? Y'all did this or this. Like somebody's going to find an issue with how something was handled for sure. Now, whether that becomes any sort of mainstream idea or anything like that, I don't know. It seems like most people have either been okay with it, feel like it's a solid movie, or pleasantly surprised. So I haven't seen much of the non-spoilery reviews that I have seen that seem like negative. So, I mean, we'll see where things continue to develop after this first opening weekend. But yeah, it does look good. I mean, it sucks because I want to make some time, but I want to see it again. I want to see
I do too.
focus on some other stuff, but we'll keep going and get through it. But yeah, okay. I'm glad y'all were able to kind of make me see a little more logic in that.
Yeah, I mean it's again. Usually, I would agree with. Well, I mean, I see where you're coming from. I'll say like that, but it's like it's one of those.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
one of
tough
those rare
spot.
situations. It is a tough spot. It's a rare situation. I don't think it can really be applied everywhere one to one. Um. So yeah. Riri Williams.
Mm.
Now, speaking of pleasantly surprised, I'm not expecting not a good performance or anything because she's a no like the actress. She's like I don't really know her like that. I think her name is like Dominique
Thorne.
Thorne. There we go. Yeah. Dominique Thorne.
I just left the theater, folks. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm glad because I
Not a
definitely
genius.
I watched it like over 12 hours ago, so on my end, so you good. But yeah. So how y'all feel about her character and everything getting introduced in this movie? You know, I think they did her pretty well.
Yep.
Very
Agreed.
likable. It makes me very excited for the Ironheart season.
I enjoyed her. I enjoyed her personally. I like
She
I liked her
got to
character.
obviously I don't know what her personality is like in real life. I don't know anything about this woman at all. That being said, the way she played her character felt natural. It felt like, you know what I'm saying? All the
like,
little
can I
shit,
go home though? Like, kind of cool,
big
but
facts.
I got
I hear what you're
class
saying,
tomorrow.
but like, nah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought it was dope. I thought it was clear that they established the fact that she wasn't because when we heard all the rumors and when I say rumors, we heard all the little well, I guess you call them rumors. They were talking about Riri Williams and is she secretly working on a team with Dr. Doom, and how does she not know that what she's doing could be dangerous, and why would she be doing this thing to actively work against Wakanda? Well, she wasn't. It was her professors just didn't believe in her and said, "Oh no, you can't build something that can find vibranium," and she did it. And then her professors went behind her back and sold that shit to the U.S. government. So, haha, the U.S. government is the fucking villain again. Fucking accurate, dickheads.
It's always a government or
it's
big
always
evil corporation.
Y'all it's not Negroes. It's always y'all.
I was wondering. I was like, Negro.
What comes after knee? Cap.
Kneecaps. It's always y'all kneecaps. No, man. Yeah, no. It's always some foolishness with the U.S. government. But yeah, her professor basically fucked her, sold her information off, and that's how obviously this whole thing kind of snowballed. Funny enough, Ian, it's kind of I was telling Ashley on the way back, it's kind of similar to Game of Thrones, where a lot of shit happens really because of misunderstandings and mistakes. You know what I mean? Namor wants to kill this scientist because he's like, yeah, she's trying to find my shit, and she wants to harm me. She's trying to bring harm. No, she's not. If you went and talked to this girl instead of just showing up trying to kill her, you'd understand she didn't even realize it was being used. She just wanted to prove that, hey, I can build this thing and I might be able to find a little bit. And yes, it can identify some vibranium that we have sitting in a museum that's protected, but also, holy shit, it could find real vibranium out there. And
I think he was kind of past the whole I don't think he cared as much about why she did it, more about the
fact he clearly didn't. I get
more
it.
about the fact that she even knows how to do it at all.
But just
take her off the face of the earth so that nobody can do it again.
But see, that's my thing is, one, there's never a guarantee of that, right? Like, you think all right, fine, you kill one genius, another genius shows up. But two, it's also like, if like how Namor was with Shuri, right? He technically captures Shuri, sort of, if you want to put it that way. Even though she offers herself up, she kind of captures Shuri, right? He has to understand his actions are going to enact some sort of response from Wakanda. We're going to come looking for you. We're going to try to find you. Maybe we won't find the city, but we're going to try, right? And we'll get to that thing with Nakia and how she found that city.
Apparently, it was not hard at all.
But barely an inconvenience.
She's a professional, man.
And I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie though, Ian. We'll double back to the thing, but I'm not gonna lie. I love that. I love a little bit of black nepotism, man. This is the wife of T'Challa, man. Yeah, it ain't nothing to her to just go sneak into the lost, forgotten city and shit. It ain't nothing.
By any means necessary. Oh, all
Ain't
right,
underwater.
cool.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
and she
I'll-
still
I'll
tried to
get-
Sparrow girl. She still tried to Sparrow. Hey, man, let the princess go. Let her come with me. You ain't gotta die, man. Just come on. Nah, ain't no. Come on, man. You getting hit with
Not
this
at
thing.
all.
You know, but like we said, yeah, it took her. It was no inconvenience for her to to find this shit. Damn, that little sidetrack threw me off. But but as far as Riri, yeah, it was just like a series of unfortunate events leading to her getting all this. Where eventually Namor has this sort of giving Shuri a chance. Like, hey, I want to show you what I'm trying to protect. I want to show you what is at stake here, so you can kind of understand, because you should kind of feel me. Like, you should kind of understand what's going on here, even though y'all seem to want to be kind of exposed yourselves over here. That's not what we trying to do, because it's different. They already polluting the oceans. Oh, you don't. I don't want these folks to come diving down here and fighting, doing all this shit with us. So I understand his anger. He had already gotten to this point of, I don't give a fuck about the service world. I'm willing to kill anybody up there that even is slightly a threat. So I do get like that side of it. Don't get me wrong. I think that's kind of what Ian's saying. Like, he was so far gone into his vengeance that he wasn't really thinking about why you did it, or if it was really your fault. It came from you. Word. You getting the axe. No conversation. And that feels just odd, because he is willing to talk to Shuri, even though their Wakanda isn't offering any immediate help or anything.
Yeah, it was kind of polarizing.
And to the point where they won't even and you can respond to Disney, my bad, but even when they meet up getting to Riri, you would almost think that Namor, because of how he ends up talking to Shuri, you would almost think Namor. I keep saying Namor. I want to be like Dra. You would think that Namor, that he would have had his general, or like his people that he sent out there on that little strike team, that he would have had them like, hey, if you run into Wakandans trying to get this girl or trying to do something with this girl, don't rush to fight them. Let's try to talk this out. We still want them as an ally. If you go out there killing Wakandans, that's not going to look good for us. So let's try to talk it out. Clearly, that conversation did not happen, or they did not care. And yeah, girl, and maybe we got a little bit of foreshadowing to maybe some future Namor story arc where they lose a little bit of confidence in him because he got beat by this new Black Panther. I think they kind of laid the groundwork for a little bit of that, because old girl was like, why are we kneeling to the Wakandans and all that type of shit? You know what I'm saying? So there's some of that in there. But if he's going to do that anyway, then why not have your people just have that conversation up front? Like, hey, why are y'all willing to protect her? Like, we told y'all this is the girl. And they're like, yo, it's not even her fault. She did a homework assignment, and some other people went behind her back, and now you getting attacked. But it's not them. The U.S. government is your ally, is your enemy. But then, it's a 20-minute movie of the Talocan folks storming Capitol building. Real January 6th shit. Actually, it might be a better movie. All right. But my point is, the fake Atlanteans, they would be the ones attacking the government, and not some random girl who really didn't have anything to do with it. And really, if y'all just protected her or let her go to Wakanda, like they were even offering, yo, we'll just take her to Wakanda. You can go threaten the U.S. government to make sure they never do that shit again, and make sure they destroy any plans they might have had or whatever. And then everybody gets along. But that I guess part of the theme of the movie is the vengeance, right? Like, it's the vengeance doesn't help. It's not worth it. Vengeance makes you blind. The vengeance. It doesn't help you think clearly, so you make rash decisions. And we just saw reactions to rash decisions over and over and over through the movie. So, but I think they did Riri great, man. Even in her some of her limited roles. They put a lot of pressure on her shoulders, but they even still found time to make her a little bit of comic relief, which was dope. But like, that didn't feel forced. It didn't feel cringy. It was very natural.
It felt genuine. She played the fish out of water well.
Yeah.
She did,
No
yeah.
pun intended.
Yeah. Like, oh shit, this is Wakanda. Like, she kind of gave us the Killmonger vibes, the Hey Auntie vibes, without being evil Killmonger to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
She gave us that Black American, you know, but she's just a genius. Yeah, it was dope. It was dope. It was dope. She was good. She was really good.
It was good.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Yeah, looking forward to her show. Oh yeah, we saw her accurate to comic, one of her first suits, which it's weird seeing it in live action because to me it looked like it jumped out of the panel. Like it's red and black with the face, and it was much more cartoony,
CGI cartoony than Iron Man. Okay, all right, I wasn't tripping.
It did. Like it looked like.
Wait, which one? You mean with the EXO one?
Riri suit.
The very first one or the second one?
The second one.
The second one, yeah.
The second one, yeah. I was gonna say my only critique for Ironheart is her suit was kind of.
I agree with that.
It kind of clashed with the look of a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look as clean, but then it feels like they almost reduced some of her fighting scenes because of that. Like it felt like there probably should have been a little bit more of what she was doing, but they might have noticed. This don't look the most natural here.
Yeah.
So a lot more of her scenes seem to be like from distance, and you see her doing something out here, and then a close up.
I think her first handmade suit was. I think that was
EXO
good.
suit. That was solid.
It was okay.
Yeah, that was cool. Just, I'm
trying to reserve my critique for her suit because in comparison to obviously Iron Man suit, because it took him like 3 movies before his suit became what it was.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
so, and he's got billions of dollars
and he has mad money. So
she doing this shit on.
I was kind of hoping Shuri would have like made a nanotech suit for her. You know what I mean?
I think that's got to be part of the future development because you got to think, man. Now she's obviously permanently connected to Wakanda now, so
that's true. They did tell her I think Shuri said, "Yeah, you got to keep the suit.
You got to leave the suit."
Yeah, she did.
It's all Wakanda tech.
Yeah,
but she does know how to build it. You know what I mean? And
she's gonna build it. In her future show.
I figure she's like, okay, I done learned some new shit. I could probably build this shit. I got the ideas in my head now, and I figure
it's coming
exactly. And I figure it's probably pretty dope that I left this suit in Wakanda because when shit really starts going down again, I'm just hitting my Wakandan homies. And they gonna trust me. They gonna hand that back when they really need a nigga to come out. Yo, hey, man. I know we said, but actually, here's your suit with 1 million vibranium upgrades. Actually,
yeah, exactly.
We really spent some time on this while you were gone, and it's better than anything Tony ever did. Here you go.
Basically.
So that was cool. That was cool. That was definitely dope. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I didn't mean to take us off, but yeah.
No, you're good. You're good. Just kind of going on the line of characters that got there. We talked about Queen Ramonda a bit, talked about Riri, talked about Namor. Nakia. She was in the movie. For some reason, I thought she was only going to be in the movie like 2 parts and then dip. I don't know why I thought that, but she was in it for a fair bit of it. For needing to figure out where
came back and stayed a bit,
yeah, she came back and stayed a bit. I didn't expect that for some reason. And of course the post-credit scene, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, she found Telecom real quick, fast, in a hurry. She still had her little glowy ring things when fighting with the Dora Milaje. Oh, that's one of 2 things to talk about. So yeah, due to Queen Ramonda got frustrated with Okoye and how she'd been running things with Dora Milaje, so she pretty much stripped her from her title. So she became a civilian, quote unquote.
It's funny, like when she was going through the list of when the Queen was going through a list of grievances, I totally forgot that all that went down.
Right, it was a good reminder.
You should have been fired.
Yeah, you stood with that nigga Killmonger from the jump.
That should have been red flag number 1. I'm surprised y'all reinstated her after that. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I've given everything. Well, I gave
3 family members.
Like, my whole family.
And if you want to go visit your man, that you gave up. He in jail up the road for real.
Yep.
Where you should be on. If I'm
being, don't worry, you about to see him every day. Don't even trip. Don't even trip.
Honestly, she got out real easy. She just stripped her of her rank. She just became a civilian. She didn't go to jail or none. She was just whatever.
I kind of take that. You know what? I might go chill out down here. I ain't even gonna start no rebellion or nothing. I'm gonna go chill.
Yeah, man, At first, I was like, "Hey, man, you being a little harsh, Queen."
Facts. I was feeling
it. And she went through the list. I was like,
"Oh, as the Twitter folks say, she read her for filth." And I was like, "Oh, you know what? She kind of right. Yeah, you might just have to go sit down for a little bit, man.
Right?
Yeah,
man,
that was interesting."
The Okoye arc, he's one of the smaller ones, but it was interesting just because, like you said, like both of y'all said, I kind of forgot about all the things that Queen should be mad about, and she rightfully was. So she got stripped of her rank. She got introduced to another Anika.
Mm-hmm.
Now they said she was a Midnight Angel, which is kind of the blue and black. They kind of, to me, it seemed like Spec Ops side of Dora Milaje. Like they're standard. Dora Milaje is standard all woman warrior military, and then like the Midnight Angels is kind of like more special ops, more covert ops, and it's sure even designed like a get up that has some of the actual vibranium tech in it a little bit for them, so they could fly around and everything. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Yeah, honestly, we saw some of the scenes in the trailer, but the whole ship thing that still looked really cool. Just like they brought the attack to them for sure. And she was like, I'm trying to be on the Black Forces, Andrew. We're trying to go up them, run up in their crib, and everything.
Can we talk about that for a second?
I was gonna get into Shuri because we need to end off.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's interesting how when she came back after she does end up it kind of worked out that Namor gave her a part of one of their garbs that's also part of their vibranium they've had for years. She used
convenient, but you take it.
Pretty convenient for sure. Very convenient. Because I was wondering in the movie, I was like, "How's she gonna get the herb?" And then that happened.
Yeah, and then here's my mother's bracelet that I've been holding on. Here, you can have it.
Yeah, but this is for you though. You hold this.
I was like, why'd you offer that? Yeah, I guess it was at most a peace offering, but even then. Yeah, that was a big question.
Yeah, you hold on to that and figure out how to recreate your little herb up there, man. This slightly different herb got the exact answer to how to fix your other herb that's different.
Well, he definitely didn't know that was going to be.
No, I'm not him. I'm just
for that purpose. But as soon as he said it,
knew that she was even trying to do that. Yeah. Once we saw, I was like, okay,
that's the key right there.
I did think it was dope that they had their own separate herb. That, you know what I'm saying?
It is cool, right?
Cool, I was like, do y'all know that y'all can munch that up and get even stronger?
True.
Y'all bugging.
And their baseline for them, they already stronger than regular humans. Yeah. So when Shuri gets the herb and then she goes through the ritual or waking up in the ancestral plane and everything, she needs Killmonger, which told us the audience that she thought she was going to go see her mom, the queen, but instead it was her cousin because she was feeling vengeance. She really wanted to get back at the Talokan and everything. So when she comes back, she's on the Black Force energy. She's like, yo, we need to not let them come back to our crib. We need to go find them in the ocean and use our tech and get them out of there. We got Riri right here with the thing she created and the government took. So let's just go out there. And that whole sequence was really cool. Her swinging around on the side of the ship as the Black Panther suit on, they really showed that whole thing in like the last trailer. Well, one of the last scenes in one of the last trailers.
They showed us too much.
Yeah, I thought
I was like,
they made it seem like there was gonna be a lot more from that, and it was
I expected
exactly
more.
what we'd seen, and I was just like,
I expected more.
Yeah.
Kind of wasted that, but all right.
Yeah, I mean, he still looked cool. But yeah, Shuri as a whole in this movie. Let's go ahead and get to it. How are we feeling about her development? Her grieving with T'Challa's loss, and her where she felt she could be in the movie as a whole. Because before, she was always the inventor and everything, but she mostly invented stuff for T'Challa, as far as we saw in the movies. But yeah. Actually, I'll let you. Ian, you should probably go since I know
come on.
you kind of hopped off in the beginning.
That's also his Guyanese sister, man. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true.
MCU star now, man.
You have the floor.
Hey, started from hating vaccines. Now we're here. So let's just.
That was in the back of my mind. You ripped the Band-Aid off.
That kind of was.
She said no to the vaccines. It was in the back of my mind too.
I really tried to suppress that, but it was there.
It was there. I hated it was there, but I was just like, damn it, you was causing a ruckus on that set, bro. I know who you are.
So let me go ahead and start by saying definitely good acting. Great.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Great, man. She did a good job. She there was nothing she could have done to convince me she was, the Black Panther, man.
It didn't,
fair enough.
I hate to be like this, and I don't mean to cut you off, I'll let you go.
Oh, no. You go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I mean, maybe it's because she's not like big on like the fighting styles and everything, or the little bits we saw of her towards the back third of the movie. I don't know. It didn't really feel like she is the Black Panther to me yet. And
it felt like more or less like she was borrowing it.
Yeah.
You know what it don't. This is gonna sound bad because I liked her as I liked her little Black Panther stint. You know me. I'm always
don't hate
for the revolutionary, the vengeance, man. Kill all them niggas, man. Fuck them niggas up. Kill that nigga. And if his people got an issue with it, tell him run it back. Go birth another mutant, nigga. And until then, run your hands, run your spears. Right. Let's do it. I'm with all of that. So I do like that like story arc, but the daughters in Coming to America 2 got more training than Shuri did when it comes to fighting. We saw them train more than we ever saw Shuri train for a fight.
Yeah.
So while Shuri was always given the the intelligence and we saw what we saw her do in the first Black Panther and in the subsequent movies from that wasn't anything that was like, oh yeah, Shuri can hold it down if she really got to. Like she got some hands, or she been trained with Dora Milaje a little bit. There should have been some of that, or they could have at least hinted to, hey, Shuri, you used to have to do some training with the Dora Milaje or something like that. Once a day since you were 6, they've been taking you out and doing some training, so she knows something. You know what I mean? It don't seem like we got any of that. This movie didn't do anything to establish that.
Yeah.
I think that
is the annoying kind of part.
I think that's where I'm at. It's not saying I didn't like her as Black Panther at all, but it just didn't. It doesn't feel. I don't know. I feel like I need to see a bit more time as her Black Panther first. Yeah. Whether she pops up and she starts scrapping in one of these Disney Plus projects coming soon, or she's in another movie.
The thing is,
that's all.
If Nakia or any of them, with Black Panther, I would have believed it.
Oh, absolutely. We know Nakia's about that action. I would have
felt it, and it would have made sense to me.
But on the field,
the groundwork was
in
laid
fact,
for her.
as the herb was being, digested or passed around, I was hoping.
Hand that shit to Nakia, take a little sippy sip. Let's just both be Black Panther. Let's both
right. Let's 2 Black Panthers. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. So that I will agree. But I will also throw Shuri some bail. I think there was a good line that they put in this in the movie that I do think was another good shout out to Chadwick or his character of T'Challa, because Shuri said she's talking to Riri about when she started I gotta stop saying and so much. I just noticed. But she's talking to Riri about when she started doing the
it's okay, man.
Sorry, man. That's
no, man. No, you're gonna get it.
I'm gonna figure that out one day. I'm gonna work on that. But anyways, yeah. So they're talking about how Riri got into like inventing and getting her hands on dirty stuff. And when she started, she was like 3, you know, gave the whole story about her dad and all that stuff. And that was dope. Then Shuri comes back and she's like, my brother taught me all this stuff. He's the one who got me. And I think that was something that John Paul can attest to. And a lot of people in that movement were attesting, you know, they were basically saying, we're giving a lot of T'Challa's attributes to Shuri. Well, now they put a line in this movie that even if you felt like, oh, we gave T'Challa's attributes to Shuri. No, we didn't. Shuri got some of these attributes from T'Challa. So T'Challa was always a genius. He did understand the inventions and how Shuri was approaching things, But he could leave Shuri to do it because he had trained her up already. Like, yo,
she took it somewhere else.
You know what I'm saying? And you've got time to do that because and it makes almost sense. It makes almost sense, right? Like, yo, don't worry. I got to step up now and take place for our father. You know, I was old, but I was the one training. You was the one kind of diving a little extra over here. So it makes sense that she might have a little extra piece of knowledge that he don't have. Don't mean he dumb. It don't mean he can't follow what she's saying. But it might be a little extra something she done played with. She got a little more time to play with while he got to go on little missions for his dad and shit like that. Or he got to go be an ambassador somewhere. While Shuri can stay at home and work on nothing but this. So now, if she always probably grew up thinking, well, T'Challa's going to be the protector. I don't got to learn to fight. Makes sense. Why is she not a crazy fighter? You know what I mean? She got to rely on thinking and planning and all that type of stuff. So I thought that was a good line in there to kind of establish that, no, this stuff, I got it from my brother. I was learning from my brother. It wasn't just me. He had these attributes as well. And this is who inspired me and got me into this. And so that, I think that should satisfy a lot of the people on that other side of the bridge when it comes to T'Challa versus Shuri and who deserves what, blah, blah, blah. So I thought that was a really good line for Shuri. I think that was dope. But yeah, I get what y'all are saying. I do get what y'all are saying with her just not being.
I'll probably need to rewatch it though.
Built up for it.
I might try and catch it again this week. I don't know.
Yeah. If I could catch another matinee, I would greatly want to.
Yeah. Because I do want to absorb the movie more. So a lot of work was put into it. I know it sounds really silly to say, but every movie has a lot of work put into it. But there's a lot of soul, more effort than what you would expect.
And I agree with Ian. Sorry, I didn't say that, but I agree with Ian. Her acting was great. I thought.
Oh yeah, I agree too.
She all the emotional scenes that she is lumped into that group of. You didn't feel like some of those emotional scenes were her acting at all. You felt like she was pulling from very genuine emotion. So no, I thought she did a great job in her role. But I'm like, y'all, part of me couldn't like get the full thought of she was doing all this action shit. But then y'all know me, my brain went to I don't think about James Gunn at pedophile parties every time I see a movie he does, and I think it's dope.
Yeah.
And I give him an excuse, and that's way worse than her not agreeing with the vaccine. And he's the head of DC now, so I'm not gonna sit here.
One of two. Her. I don't know who the other guy is.
Doesn't fucking matter. He's the head of DC now. So I'm not gonna sit here and be giving Letitia Wright this extra harsh time because she didn't believe in a shot.
Yeah.
It sounds a little crazy, and especially now with some more information we're getting and we get from some of this stuff, and some of them people don't sound so crazy anymore. Not to say they were right, not to say that they were perfect. I'm just saying some of them don't sound as crazy as y'all were trying to make it sound. And we also knew that they kind of embellished a little bit on that story of, oh, she's going around telling everybody not to be on the vaccine. Y'all overheard her having a little convo. You wasn't just running around announcing everybody, don't take the vaccine, guys. Like, you actually was handing out pamphlets. Like, yo, relax. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo.
Yeah, it was funny.
Like the Jehovah's Witness of anti-vaxxers. Like, yo, fam, she wasn't really going door to door
yesterday.
Yeah, she just expressed her belief in the internet, and
it seemed like
time I was annoyed. But she didn't cause, as far as we know, she didn't cause any harm to anyone or anything.
Nope.
So at the
end it didn't ruin my experience.
No,
it didn't. It didn't. It was just in the back of my mind, like,
yeah,
remember? And I was like, yeah, I do remember. But
yeah, that did happen, didn't it? Yeah,
Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda
Give each
Forever,
other
though.
grace. We
Yeah.
gotta give each other grace as black people. We just gotta keep.
Oh no,
Yeah.
yeah,
Not
absolutely.
y'all, but you know what I mean. People out there are going to be harsh on her. They are going to use this, no matter how good of a job we think she did, or even they probably think she did. They're still going to say, "Oh, she didn't deserve this because she was anti this and da da da." And I just hope y'all are holding that same energy for everybody. If you are, then dope. If you aren't, then you're the one who I'm talking to. If you got another favorite out there that is getting away with a bunch of shit, you know, if you can't wait to see the Flash movie, maybe reevaluate how hard you're going on Letitia Wright.
Yeah.
That's all I mean.
Speaking of going hard on Letitia Wright, how do you guys feel about the idea that I've heard some people say that this movie lacked a strong leading role or character? Like
That's wrong. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly Shuri. Like,
Yeah,
a lot
and
of
she
the
did it
supporting.
great.
She did it great. Sorry, Dad, were you going to say?
Yeah,
You
I'm
might
sorry.
want
I
to
mean,
say what I was going to say.
I mean, yeah, no, I just feel like every scene. I don't know how you could watch this and not feel like she was a strong lead character. She had to we watch her witness her whole family die. Right, like we saw in the first one, it's not like she was alive. Her father died.
Yeah.
And then her brother dies, and her cousin comes back and tries to kill. You know, like, bro, this is getting
Nothing
crazy.
but grief.
Yeah,
and
she
is great. So yeah, of course she's gonna be angry, looking for revenge. Do it, but she didn't do anything rash. She didn't spaz on Nakia for constantly asking who she spoke to in the ancestral plane. She didn't try to kill her or say, I don't care. You know, she didn't try to kill M'Baku when he said that I don't want to attack. I don't want to fight him. Like we should try to negotiate. She's like, I don't give a fuck what you want, nigga. I run this shit now and you gonna fight. But she wasn't like when he still was like, she was like, you get it? And he was like, yeah, okay, I get it. I guess we'll go fight. She didn't threaten him. She didn't say, I'm gonna kill you if you don't come. You know what I mean? She was just like, oh, you should probably listen. You see me just flying here with the powers and all that. You know what I mean? Be cool. You know, like that's a strong character. It's like the turn she had after that when she came back and you thought, oh, she got the Black Panther powers. Everybody thinks she's gonna, even after talking to Killmonger, I think a lot of people still felt like, nah, man, she's gonna come back and she's gonna do the right thing. And you know, Killmonger was giving her the advice to be. Nah, man, he was giving the advice that she asked for. Vengeance. Don't be pussy. Your father, he wasn't real. He wasn't loyal to his people. You forgot he killed my dad, your uncle. Yeah. You never met that nigga because your father killed him. And your brother, he was cool. He was a good dude. He was too green. He was too loyal. He too noble. He wanted to do the right thing. You know, I'm trying to hear all that, bro. He should have killed the man that killed y'all father. He ain't do that. Now me, yeah, I'm dead too. But I was a real nigga doing it. Be like me. Fam, that was speech. Y'all hoped it was. Y'all, that wasn't as inspirational as y'all thought it was. I thought it was dope. They brought her back and she was just on her, gang. Like, and I thought it was dope that they helped. Excuse me. I thought it was really dope that they held part of the conversation to like the end afterwards when it was like, yeah, I'm gonna, and that was part of her like motivation type of thing, I guess, where it was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna be laughing over his body. Can't wait till I got him in the ground and nigga, it's up for you, you know, and that you know that process or that thought spurring her on. I thought, man, how do you look at that and say that's not a strong lead character? I don't understand. Strong lead character, strong anti-hero / villain, however you want to look at them, the different points of the movie. What are you talking about? I don't get it. What they mean is no strong white male who come in and the only white male in the whole movie, he was in there.
Agent Ross in the movie 3 times.
And every time he was talking about how much he loves the black people in Wakanda and how they saved his life. So maybe that's not the strong white male they want in the movie, I guess. I don't know. You got Val. She's a strong female lead. She's still white though.
And we also know she's trying to get up all that vibranium.
She's trying to come up off that vibranium one time for the one.
Right.
I don't know.
I was really surprised that she was so they fleshed her out more in this movie. I really did not expect that.
Yeah, I didn't see that
There's a
coming though.
few surprises. I appreciate the
It was
surprises.
definitely one of them for sure. But yeah.
I think, yeah, I think those are all my thoughts. Really. I mean, unless y'all got anything else you want to add or
One more
plot
thing,
wise. There you go.
plot wise,
What's up?
it was one of my biggest things.
I hope this is what I was thinking because I got one too.
So we've established that these people are strongest in the water,
Mhm.
Correct. Yep.
weaker on land.
But once the water's dried out and
Once the
everything,
water's dried out.
you know what I'm saying?
Once the
Yeah,
water's
yeah.
dried out. You know, and we even know that they're using their masks to, breathe the
And they got
water
the little
while they're
water,
outside of the
the
thing.
opposite of a breathalyzer mask, got a water
Breathalyzer.
mask.
Yeah, waterlyzer. Yeah.
Waterlizer.
Waterlizer. I like that. Waterlizer.
I want that.
Yeah.
I get the whole, ambush them at their home front, but we are also ignoring the very big glaring issue that we're going to surround ourselves in water when we do that.
Oh, on the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah, I expect them to like bring a tidal wave and tip that shit over. Even though we
Boy.
saw parts
Well,
of
they
the track.
almost did.
They almost did.
I mean, I think part of it was meant for them. I think there is a way out of that. Because I do get what you're saying. I hadn't really thought of it like that, but I do get what you're saying.
Mm.
I think they had to put themselves in a vulnerable situation, or Namor would have never tried to really take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? Like they had to be caught in a
Yeah, and
spot.
ultimately the plan wasn't to beat them, it was to get Namor.
Get Namor. So
Yeah.
y'all might lose, but I'm gonna kill y'all god. Y'all gonna have to retreat to recover yourselves, and then we'll prepare for whatever comes later. Is the idea, and we might lose some people, but we're willing to take that. I think that was the idea there, and it's kind of how they played it out, I guess, a bit. Also it could be a little bit of the inexperience on Shuri's part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's not perfect. It was her idea, and she's acting out of vengeance. So she's not
Yeah.
thinking all the way clearly, all the way through. She's like, we're gonna get him in the air. Is we gonna heat it up? She didn't think.
Actually, yeah, I didn't.
When we catch him, I should make sure he doesn't have his spear in his hand, so he can't just bang his way out the fucking ship.
I didn't consider that this was an intentional plot issue. Okay, not plot issue, but it was intentionally made to be a mistake,
a flaw.
A flaw.
Yeah. Actually,
That
I
could
hadn't
be
thought
me
about
giving
that
her
either.
a little bit of gas, but it does sound like a possibility to me. I think So yeah,
I mean, I can see that. I can see that because that like we kind of saw like a shift in how they wanted to act as their strategy with this. Before it was like, oh man, we gotta make sure Wakanda is safe. This and the other. She said, nah, fuck that. We're gonna go out there.
Yeah.
Be in the body of water where they run shit. Even though they've been coming to the surface more recently in this movie, that definitely poses a threat.
I'm coming in a week.
Facts.
Yeah. Could have just waited a week.
Right. Yeah, she didn't want to wait either. So
but that's the thing, though. But that's the thing. He comes in a week with a whole army. I might be able to catch him lacking out here, thinking that I got Wakanda shook. So whoever's over here doing this ain't got nothing to do with them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take less people because his only threat is he thinking is Wakanda. So I only got to take them seriously. But the second I feel like no, they shook right now. I done killed their queen. Da 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 da. I'm good. I do think that was over the top and overboard of him. Yes, I killed the security guard who was holding our princess hostage. It wasn't personal. I ain't even really want her to die. But I asked, look at the footage, nigga. I asked her to move a couple times. Just let me go. She wanted to be big bad security cop. So she got blasted. But it wasn't personal. I don't want war with y'all. It wasn't personal. They just wouldn't get out the way. That ain't on. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't on the key.
Fair is fair, man.
If Namor had just taken it, he'd be like, you know what? Yeah, she was tripping. She probably could have just let you go. And I see what y'all saying, man. Y'all cool. Again, a short movie, but a little bit of
a little bit of short movie off top, man. They caught him in the beginning.
That's facts.
Could have taken them all out.
No, man. So yeah, I thought that was a little over the top for him.
For that to be the straw.
What do you mean?
to tip
Wait,
him
what?
into wanting to go all out and fight or ambush Wakanda.
Oh, yeah. But see, I mean, I guess I get it. It's a little bit of a loose connection, but I guess I get it. Um, my bad. If you guys had any more thoughts on that one, I do have one more plot thing that I would like to ask you all, and
Okay,
maybe it'll be addressed in the future. But
let's hear it.
who was watching T'Challa Jr. while Nakia was
Oh yeah, we talked about
scouring?
Crystal talked about it. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, who was watching?
I'm sure. Yeah, somebody.
Only man,
Like a really good Haitian babysitter who doesn't know anything about it.
I will say that was kind of irresponsible of the queen to ask her, knowing that she was the one watching her grandson.
And it's not like the queen had brought him back to Wakanda for safekeeping or none. He was just in Haiti, chilling. Okay, I get it. Nobody knows he exists, but damn, nigga.
I think that's what they're trying to do.
I guess there's this idea of, he's at an age where clearly he understands a lot of what's going on, and he's been told a lot. He's been raised a certain way to understand a certain level of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the idea is, hey, Nakia's like, hey, look, son, mommy gotta go handle some shit. If I don't make it, you already know what the plan is. You already know what to do. You already ready. Like you know, death ain't the last thing. You know, you got all the mantras from your father. You already know what's going on. So maybe that's why, and then knowing how serious it is and trying to save Shuri, I guess I can understand it. So I did see some people suggesting that Nakia definitely told the queen about the child, and which is what the queen was going to tell Shuri about before Namor showed up on the shore.
That was it, right? That was
pretty sure that was.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
So yeah, little stuff like that. I think that is solid. That is solid, but they could have. To me, it's weird. It's weird. Like y'all know we gonna ask questions like that. Like, yo, where was this kid?
Where was the kid
that y'all waited till this? Because I kept thinking they're gonna show us the kid early, and then the kid will come back with Nakia or something to Wakanda for the first time.
Oh, I knew about the kid.
Be protected. Yeah, pretty much. I was pretty certain that's how they were gonna. I was pretty sure. I didn't know a couple things. I didn't know how they were gonna name him, and I didn't know like when it would come into play. I thought he'd be maybe more of a secondary side character in the actual movie versus just a post credit scene. But I mean, like I said, I appreciate him as a post credit scene as well. But I thought there'd be a little more action from him in the moment. But shows up at the end, and your mom was out infiltrating a impenetrable underwater city.
Impenetrable, quote unquote.
Hey man. So yes. All right, go ahead, Drew.
No, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no. So yeah, that did make me, question a couple things. But like I said, overall, I wasn't looking at this movie to be 100% perfect or fantastical. I knew it was going to be tough because this is one of the first situations that they're not recasting the actor. They're not just moving along with the story with a new person there.
A major character,
and he's a major character in the story. It's not just
major.
Hey, that's not the same guy who owned the bakery in the last movie. Like, yeah, no, it's a different guy.
He doesn't have a mustache this time.
Like,
what
do you care? Like, that really is that's ruining your immersion. In this rom-com, first of all, like that's ruining your immersion in this. In the Notebook 3, like yeah, okay. Anyways, but yeah, like I just I do get it. I do get it to an extent with some decisions they had to make and some of the difficult choices. So yeah, man. That stuff with Shuri and then again with Nakia and the baby. A couple questionable things with that. But overall, I don't think we can say this is a bad movie or they ruined any sort of character or they disrespected anybody. I think all of that was done tastefully, tactfully,
Mm-hmm.
in good faith. You know, I would love to see some like behind the scenes for oops. I would like to see some behind the scenes for more of these characters so that we could see maybe Ryan Coogler and who he brought in to kind of help him with the mind culture stuff and
Oh yeah,
who
that'd
are
be interesting.
the
They might do a Marvels assembled
experts
on
and all
that.
this type of thing, say it
They've been
again.
doing it. They've been doing that with the Marvels assembled uh episodes.
Oh
They
yeah.
might
Oh
do
yeah,
that with
yeah,
this
yeah.
movie,
Yeah.
maybe.
So I want to see something like that. Like, just like how Game of Thrones got the inside Game of Thrones at the end of every episode type shit. Yeah, those little background with Coogler, like, yeah, I sat down with this person and this is how they started teaching me about, you know, this specific part of culture. So that'd be really dope. So yeah, I'd watch that in a heartbeat for this movie.
Hmm.
Trying to think if there was another moment I want to tell you about. I think there was, but it's escaping me. I have
I
to
do
bring it up
kind of
again.
wish that we got more of her mom and her in the ancestral plane, like more of like an extended scene. They kind of just
Mhm.
she just showed up like Mufasa in the sky, but
Facts.
yeah,
Remember
no.
who you are.
Literally, that's literally. She may as well have said that.
Yeah.
Is that exactly what
It
she
was
said?
literally exactly what
I mean, she didn't say Simba, but she just said
she
show
said.
you.
Show her. Yeah, she basically
No,
yes.
show him who you are is what she
Show who
said.
you are. Yeah, Mufasa. Yeah,
Show him who you are. Oh, okay. All right, I get y'all, man. Y'all escaping that copyright
I mean, it's
lawsuit.
Disney.
Y'all, so
That's
We can reuse this.
they ain't want to knock they ain't want to knock on what's
We
his
gonna
name
sue ourselves.
Bob whatever
Gonna
office
sue
down the
ourselves.
hallway.
Animated department about to sue the live action department. Y'all got us fucked up over there, man. Using our bars. Took us a lot of time to come up with that. Nah, man, that's hate. That's hate, man. Nah,
What she said, as the
That's
great
it.
Mufasa once said, in the clouds. Oh my god!
I'd say the movie was racist. I might have walked out the theater. I mean, it's the end of the movie anyway at that point, right? But still, I might have walked out. Show him who. Oh yeah, you're
But yeah,
hilarious.
I wish we got a little more
I agree with that.
of a scene like that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Killmonger
I
was good,
agree.
though.
yeah,
Killmonger was a nice
it was a
twist
nice
for
twist
me.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
I think like 2 plot twists in this movie, right? Three plot twists.
Yeah,
Queen died.
yeah. I didn't see Angela
Killmonger
Bassett
shows up.
dying. How'd y'all feel about her death scene?
Um,
She got blasted by a lot of water.
Yeah, and they drowned her, and then she obviously like goes down there trying to save Riri.
trying to save
She
Riri.
obviously gets her up just in time for them to be able to save her, but not enough to be able to save herself. You could tell it took like everything in her to even save her. Like her kicks looked like they weren't. I was like, man, y'all ain't
they
making
wasn't
it.
doing nothing.
I was like, y'all ain't making it, man.
I mean, she was going up a little bit. And I was like, yo,
Yeah.
she's strong, man.
Yeah, no, I was like, I'm commending her
And-
for this little inches she moving, but I'm like, y'all still not gonna make it though.
And I mean,
Y'all about to smoke.
y'all seen Angela Bassett's arms in the courtroom. Y'all seen
Oh
it.
yeah, for sure.
She's cut.
Good. She lived.
cut.
She lived on her non-UN days.
Yeah.
Her non-UN days.
She lived.
Yeah.
She be taking the herb every now and again. She got a little stash back at home. She
Got the
she ain't let
secret
nobody know
stash.
about it.
That purple stuff in the cabinet.
Oh no,
This
this just beet juice. Don't eat drip. Just beet juice.
Beat you.
I like to drink my beet juice before I head to Switzerland.
This was
Oh man,
That's hilarious.
but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it took me by surprise. That's kind of where it was. I didn't expect that at all. I didn't think they would.
I didn't expect that either. To be honest, I thought she was me in the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
Whole movie.
I know
Yeah.
Crystal was pretty disappointed. Like she was really mad that they killed her off like that.
Mhm.
Like she wanted she was like hoping throughout the whole movie that they would bring her back somehow. It's like
Oh man,
That's it right there.
That's a wrap.
That contract over. They're not paying her for a third movie. You
yeah.
got me
Angela
fucked up.
Bassett said, "I'm just trying to make money elsewhere too.
Yeah, man.
These few movies are fun.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll lend the voice for What If again, but or no, I don't think she'll lend the voice at all for What If.
Yeah, I don't think she did that. Yeah.
The Killmonger one.
Yeah, but I don't think was Ramonda even in there. I'm not sure, but yeah,
She was.
did she speak in this show?
I think she did because she that version of the Queen, she actually donned like a similar get up to Dora Milaje, which was really cool. I remember that specifically from the
Oh
Killmonger episode.
yeah. You're
It was
right.
at the very end where they're like, wait a minute, he trying to take over Wakanda. And she was like Dora Milaje, and then she had a similar get up with like a headdress with it too. And I was like, oh shit, that's hard.
That's what it was. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm I'm happy with what we got. I'm happy with what we got. I understand the criticisms.
I'm also happy with what we got.
You know, I get the aversion to it. I get people being disappointed and maybe not wanting to see it and everything like that. But I think if you can get yourself to a place where you go into it with the open mind, at least, I think you'll come out of it enjoying it for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a pretty easy thing to say. Like you will come out of this enjoying this movie for the most part. You're not gonna come. I don't think there's any way for you to watch this movie objectively and come out thinking that it,
yeah,
everything sucked or anything like that, or didn't make any sense or anything like that. Very solid. We at the ratings, or y'all got more? Y'all got any more thoughts on it?
Honestly, y'all have the most of the thoughts. To be honest, no, I'm saying I don't have anything, but nah, I'm good with ratings.
Okay. Nobody wants to go first.
I'm waiting for Gerard to go first. I thought Gerard was going first.
Oh, okay. 8.5 out of 10.
No, you ain't got to go 9. You don't want to go 9.
It was a really good, well shot movie. You know?
Yeah, that's
yeah. I can't go between 8.5 and 9. I came out of there saying 8.5. I talked to Chris a little bit, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll give it a 9. Maybe I'll give it a 9. Maybe I'm being overly critical. So yeah, I'll give it a 9. I definitely, I think we all gave the first one a 10, right? Or at least
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I wasn't here for that first episode.
Oh yeah.
But just from, I guess I've never really fully gave my official rating for the first one.
Yeah, we never asked. You never.
All the long-time listeners. Oh yeah, he better rate.
Finally. This is what we've all been hanging around.
It comes full circle.
Gerard's Black Panther rating finally. Like imagine there's somebody out there that's been like they've been tuning every week.
Yo.
I think back then I didn't give it a perfect score. I think I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. The 0.5 was just that final battle when they're T'Challa and Killmonger. A little too much CGI out of, or no, let me rephrase that. The CGI was a little rough.
Sickness.
That's where you get. Oh, I looked it up. It's real, man. It's real.
That's it.
Vibranium sickness is when you it's from unprocessed vibranium.
And he had that long fight down there with all the unprocessed vibranium.
Vibranium.
You know what? 8.5 out of 10 for this one. 9.5 for the
all right.
OG.
What can I say?
What are we looking at, Derek?
8. There's a part of me that still misses the fact that T'Challa isn't in the. There's no T'Challa right now. That still misses me, and I don't like the fact that the son is also named T'Challa. Unless I heard wrong.
No, you're right. His name is
They named him T'Challa. Yeah, I don't like that.
T'Challa.
Don't like that at all.
T'Challa Jr.
Because Chadwick did all this other shit, and he's that conceited to name his son after himself. Instead of they couldn't name that nigga anything, man. T'Chonka to
they're probably gonna go by his Haitian name,
which don't make no sense because Killmonger didn't go by his American name.
I don't know.
You have a family tradition of how to name your sons. You had a son. No one else is named after their father. Why are you?
I mean,
Why would you name yours after you? Because you're dying early.
that's
Nah, another T'Challa got to get in there, man. Let me just run it back. Nah,
Yes.
come on, man. I get the sentimental reason. If they're gonna tell me that's why they did it, I fully understand and get it. That doesn't make it a good narrative choice. So so if somebody wants to tell me, hey, it's a sentimental reason, and they thought it would be beautiful that the son would still be named T'Challa, I'm with that. I even like it. That doesn't make it a good narrative choice. It's not a narratively good choice. You cannot explain that well narratively. You look crazy.
I just figured it was their way of appeasing those who wanted T'Challa recasted without recasting him directly.
That's kind of how I saw it too, in a sense.
I get it. That's still. I think what I've been saying applies.
Yeah.
Still not a good narrative choice.
That's fine. Yeah.
But
I was wondering if that was if that was in the comics at all. Was his son's name?
I don't remember what his son's name is.
No, wasn't his son's name like something completely different? Because his son is in the comics was Storm. His son is named like. Hold on, I just saw something about this not too long ago. His son was named something.
His name wasn't Tucson.
No, man, his name was not Tucson. I don't think he had anything to do with Haiti.
Oh, Azari is the son of T'Challa and Storm.
Yeah, Azari.
Yeah, but we don't even have an Aurora.
Yeah, we don't have a Storm.
Yep. Yeah.
But I will say this. Yeah, we can get into our wrap up from here, I guess. But I did see a tweet that was interesting that said, "What if they were to now that they have a young T'Challa, what if they were to introduce a young Storm to come along, and now you can have the regen of the T'Challa Storm."
They kind of did introduce a young Storm.
Where'd they introduce Storm?
Wait, what?
In that X-Men movie. That was a young Storm.
No, but
I mean, she was a teenager though.
Yeah, that's not as young as this T'Challa at all.
Yeah, T'Challa's like a child.
Yeah, true. Well, we haven't.
That's not as young as this T'Challa, but
we don't have.
If they were to bring that Storm over,
yeah,
which a lot of people don't want because a lot of people did not like her as Storm.
I didn't like her in this.
The latest. Yeah. I'm kind of indifferent to her. She didn't really do much for me to dislike.
Yeah, she didn't really do much.
I don't think she did enough for me to dislike her. Say I would never want her back, but I also wouldn't advocate for her to be the one. They were like, "Hey, we're looking for a new Storm." I'd be like, oh, "Okay." I wouldn't be like, "No, it's not like Henry Cavill playing Superman." And they were like, "Yeah, well, contract's up. We're gonna look for a new Superman." Nigga, no, you're not. You better go get that man again. That's a different with DC versus Storm with MCU right now. Yeah.
I could see them doing a young Storm. That'd be interesting.
I mean, they'd have to wait a couple years for Buddy to age up.
Yeah, or they could do some time shenanigans and age.
I hope they know time jumps just complicate things.
Time vortex, and then it comes back.
About to be in the quantum realm again.
That's true. We are going to the quantum realm next, right? So by the time they come back from there,
everybody gonna be aged appropriately, and
everybody will be back.
Honestly, I feel like they're gonna do that for like Secret Wars shenanigans. I think they're gonna.
It's kind of fire.
I think they're gonna leverage a lot of that. Whoa, everyone's older. Or not everyone, but
Scott and them get back, and it's Doctor Strange is old, and Billy and Tommy is just running around, and it could be some fire shit if they do it right. Yeah, Quantum Mania. But I'm not getting my hopes too high about Quantum Mania because that's how
Quantum Mania. I'm just happy to see
Kang. I just want to see
Kang. Man, I just want to see
Kang operating.
I've never wanted to see a villain so much. Like
Kang is a methodical villain, man. He's a 4D chess type of dude.
Yeah,
he's John Majors.
John Majors.
He's gonna kill it over the next few years.
He got me wanting to see Creed 3. God damn it,
Dax.
Oh, they put that trailer in the movie too. Yeah, I was like, damn.
And I ain't gonna lie,
coming out, I wanted to be up in there.
I think that trailer is actually kind of corny.
Oh, really?
We seen 2 Creeds.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'm missing one of the Easter eggs that hinted at this random friend you had as a child.
No, I think this is purely an original idea that's less grabbing onto the actual
loosely
Rocky's universe or whatever.
So,
no,
I didn't even see the first 2 Creeds, honestly. So.
And who who directed this one? Ain't Michael B on this one? I want to say it too loud because I want to get, but ain't Michael B doing this?
Yes, he is. Michael B. Jordan is this directorial debut. is
Hey man, I
Creed
want to see
3.
Creed 3 because I want to see the narrative directions and what he does. Because right
I
now,
do too.
my man does not have a good track record, and I like Michael B. Jordan. I think he's a good actor. We just saw
I
him as
mean,
Killmonger, and we just
outside of
praised him
He
again.
hasn't directed anything yet,
Just
has
saw
he?
that
Though
no,
Little
he
Dion,
did little he did Dion.
I thought
Raising
that was
Dion,
just
and
Racing
him
Dion.
producing.
I thought he was directing that
he
one.
did. I'm pretty
Was
sure he
he?
produced
Or
and directed.
oh, really?
Raising Dion.
Oh,
It's with an
holy shit!
I.
Using
Boy,
Dion.
yeah.
Uh, and he got a show canceled earlier this year. I didn't even realize Raising Dion got canceled. Did we talk about that?
Raising Dion got canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, son.
Yes, it did. I mean, who is that shocking?
Not really.
Let me
He's not
see.
even listed as a producer.
But we know he was a producer because we saw the actual show.
Oh wait, executive producer. There he is. My bad. He's executive.
He's one of many executive producers.
Yeah.
According to Wikipedia.
Yeah, Wikipedia is where I'm at right now too, and
Like
he's not.
10.
Yeah, because I'm on the Raising Dion. I was just trying to see the staff and everything, and
It looks like the show some of like they had different directors for different
Yeah, for different
episodes, which I
episodes.
think that's common for like episodes
that's a
TV
big thing.
series. So yeah. I think this is his directorial debut.
Yeah, this is his director. Yeah.
Okay.
He
Well,
didn't
I'm
direct
interested to
this.
see him. I'm interested to see him in a full directorial debut then, because I'm looking at this
Yeah.
now, and he doesn't even have a writing credit on any episodes or anything there.
Yeah, he's just a sponsor.
He got money.
He might have wanted to read their script a little more.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, there you go.
All right,
That's
let's. Hopefully Creed 3 helps clean Michael B. Jordan up right now, because as you can see, even though this isn't his fault, I'm blaming him for some of this because man, like,
optics.
they got you as executive producer on 8 episodes, my G. You did something. You said something was cool when it was. You greenlit something when it was not. You was cool with something and you shouldn't have been. Whether that's handed the reins to the wrong person without looking and seeing and whatever, I don't know. Now, but like I said, when it comes to Creed, I do think it's a little weird, this storyline, but I'm watching.
Yeah.
Jonathan Majors, and we supporting.
Yeah.
And we supporting.
Yeah, it's gonna really
Black
it's gonna
cinema.
depend.
Yeah.
This is black cinema. But no, it's really gonna really determine how well they develop his character as like a rival of like, I mean, it's not that uncommon of a story thing. It's like, childhood, friend or partner. Yeah, came back years later. Oh, how's the world now? And I'm out. Just any other. He's like, nah, actually, I was the boxing person with talent.
I taught you everything you
know. Facts. Like,
I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna yank that belt from you.
I did watch it with a little cringe, man, because it's just like, come on.
It's pretty cliche.
I watched another nigga live my life.
It is cliche.
You didn't live your life, nigga. You was in jail, dummy. We're gonna have to see the play, because if Michael B. Jordan, look, here's my thing, right? Michael B. Jordan not writing some shit where his character is the bitch ass nigga who like ratted or snitched, and you know what I'm saying? So Buddy did something to kind of deserve to get caught up or whatever. And they ain't really, the two actors that were acting out the younger versions of themselves, they ain't look like that same age. Buddy looked like a bad influence. I can hold you. Buddy looked like he had him out there doing some bullshit, got caught up, and he was like, yo, I'm glad I'm not in that life anymore. And he got to move on. That's what it seemed like. Yeah. So I don't know, man. We ain't gonna. But I don't know. It could be good. It could be good. So I do want to see Creed 3. I do want to see it.
Oh, yeah, I want to see it too. Yeah.
I do want to see it. But yeah, man. We're gonna end this podcast by something that I'll probably clip and put at the beginning. But you guys can all take whatever little time you want. If you want to say something real quick, but rest in peace, Batman. Yo, rest in peace, Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy. Oh man,
I should have started the episode off with that, but we're really literally walked in here off the hype of Black Panther. So I jumped right to that first. But as we were talking about death and loss throughout the whole thing, it clicked back in my brain, and I was like, no, we're not gonna stop. We're talking about to jump to it. But before we leave, I do want to say that, man, because that's Batman. That's Batman. And you know what? That's Batman. I know other people have played roles
Batman,
here or
man.
there, but that's Batman. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that really felt the way when you heard that news. I was literally on a wedding party bus when I saw it. Like I didn't even get to like really process before I'm like they playing new music and I'm just like got to the point where I was like, yeah, fuck it. I can't really focus on this right now. I don't want to be the person who's down now because of this on the wedding day.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
let me
got you.
just get myself back into, and so I kind of put it out of my brain until about Sunday when it finally clicked again, like, Kevin Conner's really gone. And I started looking back at the messages and the groups and just like, I was like, wow, this is wow. What are the odds? But that's life, man. That's life, man. We all come, we all go. So
Yeah, yep,
Mhm.
it is
absolutely.
sad. Rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. Prayers, blessings to his friends, family. Yeah, man. Yeah, that was crazy news to hear. Crazy news. I felt like it just came out of nowhere. Um, yeah, I don't know if you guys want to say anything, but yeah, I wanted to make sure I got that out in this episode.
Like to his work to Batman the animated series and everything else he's been a part of, man. It like his voice of Bruce Wayne and Batman, that's who I think of first. There's nobody else.
Yeah, that's
There's
pretty much
literally
what it is.
he like you said, Derek, he is Batman, like the voice and everything, the characterization, just it's yeah, it was pretty wild. I saw that.
We argue
Just
about the best Batman in live action a lot. And that's cool. That's why there's a caveat to that argument. The best Batman in live action. We don't argue about the best Batman.
exactly
You're not gonna see DC fans arguing about the best Batman. It's one Batman. The rest of them
correct.
niggas is cool. We can argue about who's the best live action Batman all day. You can get a fight out of any DC fan with that. You don't argue about who's Batman. That don't happen. It's Kevin Conroy. It's him. Simple.
Himothy,
Timothy.
Timothy Conroy.
Himba Walker,
Yeah, man.
Well,
reach, stretch.
I mean,
Himba.
we put Himba there as a little
Yeah, it's a little stretch.
sound like a little something else. R.I.P. the goat,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. But anyways, yeah. R.I.P. Kevin Conroy, man. It's definitely a sad day with that. So,
For real.
um, yeah, R.I.P. to him, man. And like I said, prayers and blessings to his family, loved ones, friends, all of that. Um, and fans, all the fans like us, who are hurting from that. So yeah, maybe it's time for a couple of series rewatches, man. It's time for a couple of those
I th-
rewatches for those of y'all who haven't done them in a while. Throw it on. Throw it on. Your little show you throw on your phone while you cooking or something. You know what I mean? You want a little Batman animated series, man. Go ahead. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, man. R.I.P. man. But dope, man. We gave um we gave our ratings for the movie. We send our condolences to Kevin Conroy. And yeah, man, let us know y'all thoughts. What was y'all's opinion on the movie? And try, I want to say I want people to try their best to be objective. Now, at the end of the day, if you don't like it, you don't like it. If you liked it, you liked it. Um, I'm not trying to tell or influence anybody to respond to us any certain sort of way. I want to hear people's genuine thoughts. With that being said, I hope that listening to us maybe added a little extra perspective or, something like that might have made you look at something and go, you know what? Maybe I was going to give this movie a 6. But now that I've kind of thought about it and had a couple of days to sit on it, heard what these guys were talking about, maybe it is a 7.5 or 8. Yeah, again, maybe you just get it up to a 7. We take that. Just we can help spin a little bit more positivity on some things you guys might have, not looked at. For whatever reason, whether you really annoyed about T'Challa or you didn't think Shuri deserved it or whatever. All things that I think we addressed without making it seem like the entire movie just sucked because of a couple of things that maybe we didn't agree with or could have been handled a little differently or better. So yeah, man, let us know. Let us know what y'all opinions are on this movie, man. Hopefully we are dropping this as we're missing the heavy spoilers time because I'll tell you, if I didn't see that movie today, I came out of that movie theater with spoilers in my notifications. Just straight spoilers as YouTube titles in the notification. I was like, bruh, it's opening weekend.
That's crazy. Your phone heard you. Was like, oh, you saw it, right? Okay, bet.
No, that's what it felt like. Oh no, Derek's seeing it now. By the time he gets out, he'll need this notification. Let me make sure I have this up. That's what it felt like. I don't know. Ian might secretly be emergency awesome or something because y'all the only people. He's one of y'all because y'all the only people I told that I was gonna go see this movie. It's just y'all.
I got him on speed dial.
I'm just
hit the button.
Hit the button. You can upload the video now, man. You good? He about to.
He's watching it now. Hit the button.
Yo. So yeah, man. Nah, man. But yeah, definitely leave your thoughts. Let us know your ratings and all that jazz. And man, y'all, like, share, comment, subscribe. But most importantly, enjoy.
Enjoy.
2 ugly nerds, but there's 3 of us.
Always is.
Peace.
We out here. Also, we definitely had all 4 seasons this week in Georgia. It was hot and woke up and I was like, bro, it's cold. What the?
Yeah, we cold now.
Big facts.
Cold now. I hope it stays. Weather.